Okay, it's August 8th, 2015, and this is a video that shows how to put a Dexter board together if you happen to need to take it apart for whatever reason. So this, if you already have your board put together, then you can skip this video, but it's still useful information to have. Okay, so this board down here is the actual Dexter board, the one that's custom made. This up here is the Raspberry Pi, and you can see it's mounted on top of the Dexter board with 4 screws right here. So it doesn't have to be mounted to function, but I think most people are going to want it mounted because it's much more convenient that way. So here is the micro SD card, and that is kind of small, but that has to be inserted into here, and there's like a little click, and so that's how that goes. This is both an audio and a video cable, so part of it needs to be inserted into Dexter and the other end needs to go into the Raspberry Pi. So the connectors are both on top of each other to try to be convenient. This is a ribbon cable. One end goes into the Raspberry Pi, and pin 1 has a different color than the rest. On this cable it happens to be white, but it could be red on others, and it's a lot longer, so just remember pin 1 goes this way on the Raspberry Pi. There's nothing on the Pi pin headers to force you to put it in right. I mean, you could put it upside down like this, which would be very bad, so just make sure you're putting it in like this. Make sure the pins are all lined up, and then push down. This sticker doesn't need to be on, but sometimes I get lazy and I don't peel them off everywhere. And then you kind of wrap this thing around like this and put the other end into Dexter. And on Dexter it is keyed, so you can't put it in backwards, so at least you got that going for you. And last but not least, there's the USB drive, and it could look different from this. It doesn't really matter what it looks like, but it doesn't really matter which port it goes into, but it does need to go into one port if you're starting Dexter up for the first time, or if you are applying updates. The way you apply updates is through this USB drive using a program called Dexter Manager, which I'm going to show in another video. So the first time if you have an update, or if you're running Dexter for the first time, you need to plug that in, and then it will apply the update. But after updates are applied, you can actually unplug the USB drive and just run Dexter solely off the SD card from that point onward. So, but a full Dexter setup would include the USB drive. Finally, there's the power connector, which goes here, and I'll show you how to plug that in another video, but this is Dexter completely plugged in. So that concludes this video, and in my next video I'm going to show it powered on and show how to set it up. So look for my next video. Thanks.